Hi everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar. We're really excited to be talking all things Quote Builder, a great new tool that's going to be revolutionary for your businesses. Uh, my name is Christian, so I head up sales for Traveltek across Asia Pacific. And with me I have Ben, who will introduce himself as well.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Ben Welsh, project manager here at Traveltek, based in Sydney. Yeah, my role is to help onboard customers as part of new projects and also existing customers to help offer that support alongside Christian within the APAC region.
Awesome, thank you, Ben. So as I mentioned, today's webinar will focus on Quote Builder. It's only going to be approximately 30 minutes, where I know we've got people from sort of different time zones attending today. There is Q&A functionality in Zoom here, so any questions, please fire away, and Ben and I will answer them at the end. And also today's webinar is being recorded, so we'll send that to you afterwards, so you can have another view and share it with your colleagues. So going right back to basics, who are we? Who are Traveltek? So we're an award-winning company now with over 25 years of experience. We focus exclusively on leisure travel. As many of you will know, what we're really famous for is cruise, where we really are best in class in our cruise tech. We have over 180 customers globally, and those customers using our platforms generate over £6 billion annually in revenue for clients. You can see from that the scale of our business and how trusted we are in sort of powering travel businesses globally. And then we're really proud that we have over 100 suppliers integrated into our platforms. And they include cruise, land, so wholesalers, for example, like hotel beds, Uber, TBO, Sabre hotels, and then things like transfer suppliers, payment gateways, etc. as well. So we have a really interesting mix of people that we work with. 1 second where I think you can't see my screen. Uh, take two. Uh, this is very quickly a summary then of who we are. Hopefully you can all see my screen now. Ben gives me thumbs up.
All good.
Perfect. Thanks, Ben. Uh, and again, something really worth adding is as of a year or so, more or less, we're now part of Juniper Group. So what that means is we've got that backing from a world-class major player in technology and other scalability, financial security that it brings, where travel technology is always a long-term partnership. So you know with us, we're in it for the long term, we're here to stay, and we're here to help grow your business. Um, One of the things that we're really proud of is our global reach, but also with a local presence. So you can see here then sort of some of my direct team, my sales team, and we have customers across the world. So here in Australia, sort of Ben and I, probably our major customer would be Flight Centre. And within Flight Centre, then we look after Flight Centre, Ignite, Cruise About, Infinity New Zealand, for example. You can see there we have some major players working with us here in Australia and across the globe as well. So the UK, for example, something like Hayes Travel, biggest independent agency in the UK, and even airlines. So for example, in the US, JetBlue Vacations is powered by Traveltek. So we do have that real global presence. The one thing Ben and I are really proud of is that in time zone support. Well, Ben and I are both based here in Australia, so you're not waiting for sort of people in Europe or Americas to wake up to have that sort of help, support, and day-to-day contact in real time. So that's one thing that we're really proud of. So this slide here is, in simple terms, our menu of technology. So within Traveltek, we have products for all sizes of business, and we have very much a modular approach. So that means that you only take the bits that you need. That makes it sort of more accessible from a price point, and then we tailor that to meet your exact needs. So very quickly on the left, you can see our API suppliers. So across all of the main product verticals in travel. Then iSell is our booking portal reservation system, controls your business rules to things like commercials, deposits, margins, and it also includes CRM and Quote Builder that we'll look at today. And then also here the different ways that people use our tech to distribute. Very quickly, I'm going to sort of go off script and quickly show you iSell and our cruise booking journey, where it really is a great tool that works seamlessly with the rest of our technology, but has so many benefits for you. So you should be able to see now our Cruise Connect system. I'll wait for Ben's thumbs up again. Perfect.
All good.
So this is designed very much like a intuitive B2C website. So this is a licensed product used by travel agents, used by call centers to power their cruise business. So for example here then, just by typing in NOR, those three letters then have brought me up all the cruise lines, NOR title, all the ships, the regions, and the ports. I'll leave that blank for now. Really simple to use calendar. I'll go ahead into 2026 so we have some better availability. And then based on my sort of test credentials, you can see there in a few seconds, it's told me we've got over 1,200 cruises available. So one of the great things about this system is, I think at the moment in your travel agencies, in your call centers, you're logging maybe into 10, 20 different cruise line portals just to find a cruise from Sydney or from Singapore. So this will put all your own cruise line contracts into one place to save you all that time. Uh, One thing I love here as well is it tells you different prices for different sailing dates. So you can see here on the Celebrity Cruise then, for example, you can save potentially, my maths is terrible, but $700-800 by going end of March rather than middle of April. So again, it saves you all that time in having to search and search again. I'll use Norwegian here as I have them sort of plugged in. So you see again now we've got the different dates there. We've got the lead-in price then for your inside, your outside, your balcony, and your suite. So again, you've got all that information then there to talk with the customer. Then you have things like itinerary, all the images, etc. All the ship details as well. So we'll break down exactly what's on board, be it the bars and the restaurants, etc. And then this screen is working really hard as I'm talking, where it's pulling up then all the fare codes applicable to me based on my test credentials. So in your case, as a travel agent, it will then display all the fare codes applicable to you. So again, then you've got the right fare codes for the right customer. So that's a very quick demonstration of sort of how the Connect cruise journey looks, where it's one really to think about that complements really, really well the CRM and the Quote Builder. And then you see here then the quality of information. So we're breaking down all the bars, all the restaurants, all the cafes with images, with descriptions. So great content there for you to talk about. And then all the fare codes I mentioned. So then you can then have those conversations to get the right fare code for your client. For many cruise lines, supports cruise groups as well. Breaks down all that information for you within that fare code as well. So yeah, it's a great tool. So I'll go back onto topic now, looking at all things Quote Builder. Hopefully now you can now see my PowerPoint again. So this then gives a very quick summary of what we've done. For Quote Builder, what makes it really special is it's built with you in mind. So this is an ongoing journey. We're listening to travel agents, we're getting feedback, we've been out on the road, sort of getting people's insight. So we're building this with travel agencies, tour operators in mind. So within iSell then, it lets you build quotes with a really simple to use drag and drop functionality. And then it gives you world-class quotes in a few simple minutes. Uh, some of the key features here then is the drag and drop, which I'll show you in a few moments. You've got real-time content, and this is where it gets really exciting in today's world. A Word document for a quote, for example, or even just a PDF, doesn't really cut it anymore. So this allows you to put together really inspiring, exciting visual quotes for your customer. Um, it avoids the whole need of keying and double keying. So if you type things like mine, you save so much time again. Uh, Fully branded, so it then allows you to be on brand, lets you personalize it, etc. as well. What's really exciting is you share it through a web link. So it could be on WhatsApp, for example. It could be a straightforward link, but then you have this great interactive quote for your customers to use. Uh, Works anywhere on any device. So it's built with mobile in mind as well. So if you're sitting or your client's sitting Sunday afternoon on the sofa, planning the holidays, it's a great tool for them to use and actually see the quote, the content, and get them really excited about booking it with you. And then we've got over 700 destination content featured already, and we keep adding to this content as well. So some great functionality there. And then some of the benefits. So it's a great system, but what does it do for you? So one of the biggies is the time savings. So you're building your quote 75% faster. So in today's busy world, I know a lot of you are still by appointment, for example. So it lets you then build those quotes faster. They're accurate. So you're pulling all that information from our content. You've got those really exciting, really stunning visuals. Where it's quicker, naturally, then you can generate more leads. And what's really exciting as well is you can track the engagement and see real time, is your customer in that quote? Are they interacting with it? Are they reading it? So then it prompts you then to follow up and to close that sale, which is what it's all about. And then again, the whole focus on time saving. Right, now to the demo. This is where it gets really exciting. Uh, so Quote Builder fits here in our brand new relaunched CRM. So again, you can see how modern, how bright, visual it looks. So in here then, you have the options of new inquiries, searching, analytics. You can add new customers. So as a CRM then, you can build up a really good profile of the people that you're talking to, and then start gauging a customer, the sentiment, any trends. What we'll focus on today in a moment is the new quote. So then you'll see how Quote Builder works in action. And then you have as well then all the reports I mentioned then to help you get all of the information to help run your successful business. And then you can see here, for example, then we've got recent inquiries and recent customers. So a lot of these you can see are me having a play and getting quite excited about sort of how powerful and how great this tool is. We're going to create a new quote. As you can see here then, just by inputting my information, then I'm an existing customer here in the system. You can then give your quote a title. If you have different trading names, so for example, if we have a Ben's Travel and a Christian Travel, both under Traveltek, you can then select those and then a quick description about that inquiry. So it's very intuitive. And then, as I mentioned, here I am in the system already. So one of the great things here as well is we're avoiding duplicate customers. So is that me? Is it the same me? Or then am I creating a new customer, adding to existing inquiry? So again, it saves up duplication within your CRM. So I'm confident that is me. So I'll click Create Quote here. So this now is bringing up our Quote Builder website, our tool. So I'll give you a very quick overview of how it looks. So in here then, you can see we've got all the information from the last screen. We have the different status. So draft as we produce that quote itself. Publish, as you'll see towards the end of the demo, is then when you're sending it to your end client, and then archive is then when you've archived it. One of the really exciting things about Quote Builder is all the different product types that it supports. So we're calling it Travel Element. So then within your quote, then you can include all the main products you can think of within travel, including hotels and flights, cruise, transfers, car hire. So it really allows you to put together a really, really exciting holiday, really exciting uh, quote with multiple components. Then we have what we're calling dynamic elements. So this then are things where you can personalize it, for example. So your agent profile, total holiday price, all important call to action. And then we have what we're calling static elements. So here, for example, put in your own images, destination content. So all the things you need to build up a really strong visual quote that your customer will engage with. So the more your customer engages, the more likely you are to secure that booking. Then on the right-hand side here, we've got sort of the element summaries, which you'll see in a few moments. Then you have the different layouts. So within here, then you can make this quote look exactly as you want. So today I'm going to use the two-column right functionality. So you can see here then it's created these two columns that we'll use throughout the demo. And then one of the great things as well is then once you created this quote, you can then almost use it as a template and copy it and use it again. And then looking ahead, we will have that functionality to create templates as well. And then the different themes. So this is something we're going to keep adding to based on your own businesses, your own branding, etc. So here I am in default. So you can see I've got the Traveltek blues, pinks, and oranges. But then if I swap that to Desert Sunset, for example, you can see then it looks like a completely different quote. I'm going to stick with default here. And now I'm going to start building this quote. So going back up here then, so I'm going to keep today quite simple in the interest of time and focus on cruise and hotel. The functionality across all the different products is fairly similar, but I'm always conscious that I don't want to keep you all too long. So if you want to, you can spend the time and put this information in manually. But one of the beautiful things about our quote builder is you don't have to. Quite simply there by saying look up cruise, similar to the intuitive journey you saw in iSell Connect. Type in Royal Caribbean. I'll go back into 2026. Again, that really nice, simple to use calendar. Search cruises, and now it's bringing up for me all the cruises for June 2026 for Royal Caribbean. So again, you can see that how quick that was. In those few seconds, we brought up 50 cruises. So think of how long this would take you to do it manually. I'm going to keep things again simple and go for a nice short cruise. So Bahamas and perfect day. So again, now we're doing a lot of work here in the background to get that sort of that pricing. You can see here now we've got all the different cabin types, etc., that are available on that ship. You can skip your cabin selection, or you can physically select the one that you want. So yeah, let's go for a view. I'll go for an outside cabin there and select that. So you can see now, one of the great time-saving things here are it literally has populated this part of the quote for me already. So you've got the great imagery, you've got the summary, and then this is where the customer then gets really engaged, where you've got that full itinerary. So you're getting people excited about going to the Bahamas, for example, where they're seeing exactly what that cruise entails. Then you have all the exciting imagery. So it gets people really enthused about the holiday, about the cruise. Then you've got all the detail here on the cabins, the deck plans, the overview. And this is where, again, it's sort of a world-class product because it's not just a PDF. You can see here that you've got all this information for your client and then the cabin that we've selected. And again, the system is sort of highly sort of personalized to you, and you can configure it to display what you want. So for example, if you don't want to display the cabins, the deck plans, and the overview, you've got these really simple to use radio buttons here. So simply by clicking that, uh, always really important then to update the element. And then you can see now it's gone. So you can tailor this exactly as you want. So that fits into sort of your own priorities. All this information is filled in here as well. So you can add included items. So for example, if you're throwing in a transfer, for example, there's different icons that you can select. You can override the price, for example, as well. But it's not all that hard work for us in a few seconds. So this cruise then will be leaving Miami then on the 1st of June. So now, as I know, as travel agents, you always want to upsell. So we'll go to the hotel element. Again, that really, really simple drag and drop functionality. So it's adding now the hotel element. It's put it down here for me. One of the great things about the system as well is you can move the elements up and down. So you can put them in data order, for example. So again, it has that flexibility. You can work the old school way, like some of you are at the moment, by typing all these things up manually. But again, simply press up, look up hotel. One of my favorite places in the US, Miami. So it's quite intuitive. It's brought up different Miamis. And then we all have our favorite hotels. There may be one customer has in mind. So again, to save you going through the hundreds of hotels in Miami, quite simply, type in Hilton, and now I've got all the Hilton hotels in that area. So you can see that's brought up 62 hotels for me in that split second. So again, that time-saving element there is just absolutely amazing. So then you pick the hotel that you want. So let's go on North Miami Beach. And then this is pulling now at the moment from, we've got 4 different sort of providers here plugged in. You can see then you've got all the images, all the facilities in that hotel. I'm just going to pick the first one for ease. And then again, it breaks it down into all the different room types here available. So as you sort of know as travel professionals, sometimes room types are a bit of a nightmare where they're called many different things. So again, it saves you having to sort of worry about the right room type and typing it in, etc. So I think then we did a suite. So let's do it in style. So then again, it's filled up this information here. You've got the gallery, and then you can lift information straight from here, or then you can just spend a few moments just filling that in. So just to show you how easy it is to do it manually, I'll show you how this works as well. So we go into 2026. I'm just going to have 2 nights before we set sail. So then that's the 29th to the 31st. I'm going to have 2 nights there. It's filled in all the address for me. Again, you can just pop in your pricing information. As always, remember to update your element. You have this information here as well that you can pre-fill in as well. Second, bring that back. I've just lost my room type there. So again, you've got then the option here to fill all this in. So give my typing and my caps lock there. So again, you can add included items, for example. So if you're pre-ordering champagne, for example, early checkout, then all those sort of functionalities you can add in there as well. So now we've got all the information that we need about the hotel, the room, duration, etc. Then as well, again, these quotes, you've got the option to make them look exactly as you want. So you've got this banner up here. So you've got functionality within this banner then where, wait on one second, to then tweak the image on here. You can remove the price there as well. Second one, bring it up. You can see here now, so I've got this image further down. So to keep it more visual, I want a different image. Uh, I know the client wants to have a relaxing time on their day at sea. So this is the perfect image for them. So they can just be enjoying a nice cocktail with those amazing ocean views. Uh, Again, you can overtype things here. I'm going to remove the price, where for me personally, I think it looks neater not having the price there. But again, it's completely up to you. So you can see there in a few minutes then, I've really created that world-class looking quote. Uh, so now if I just toggle here one sec. So I'm happy with this now as a quote. So we're going to published. It's now then here you can see you've got the share option. So within here then you can send it to WhatsApp, Messenger, example. But to keep it simple for today, I'm just going to copy and paste into my browser. And then so your customer will be able to do this on their phone, for example, laptop, iPad, whatever means they've got. And you can see now I've got this. Wait one second, I forgot one of the most important things. I didn't do the right-hand side. I'm just going to skip back one second. So across here, then again, you'll see how quick this is. And if you get something that I forgot then, so easy to correct. So I want to tell my end client who I am. So within here, then I've just again drag and drop. Me, just remembered who I am. So you've got my name, my title, you've got my website. I want to include the holiday price. So again, you've got that sort of crystal clear for your client. So then it auto calculates, and then you've got all these different options that you can add as well. And to be fair, that's quite good in some ways that I need to tweak that then, because then it shows you how easy it is to rectify. So you can see then I've got all this information here, ready to publish again. And then take two, paste that in. And then it's bringing up that quote for me. One second, I'm confusing now with the two different ones. And this is one of the good things with the system as well. Anytime you alter anything on the quote, then it's updated on your link as well. So that's one of the great functionalities there in Quote Builder and one of the things that it does. So I've got all this information here, and now it's published. To recopy my link. So it's an extremely sort of versatile system. So you can see now then where I added, that's really bad English, added the details. It's all there now. So I'm there as an end client, sitting on my sofa on my iPad, just reading this really engaging, high quality quote, ready to be contacted and book that. Looking ahead, we have a whole roadmap around Quote Builder, looking at things like making these quotes bookable, for example. So then again, as a travel agent, it's your dream, because then you've got those sort of bookings coming in just based on a few minutes of work of building these quotes. So that's a very quick demo of Quote Builder. As I said, sort of, I'll try and keep it to sort of 30 minutes or so. Cool. So I've got a couple of questions. So number one is, can I have Quote Builder as a standalone product? Ben, I'll bounce that one to you.
Yeah, so with the quote builder tool, you'll need to have the iSell product enabled with it. And that's because you'll see from Christian's demo when he did the cruise lookup search, to be able to get the cruise information in there, as well as the hotel information, you'll need that iSell tool to go alongside the quote builder. And also, as Christian mentioned, we're looking to make this fully bookable. So any quotes that are created, you'll be able to take that to the basket and book that, with live elements as well. So if you had a cruise within your quote builder, being able to click a button, take that to the basket stage, and then book. and that reflects also on the, say if it's a cruise on the cruise line's website, was a really powerful tool. So yeah, it will need to go alongside the iSell system, the quote builder tool.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben. Question number two, how much does it cost? Always a good question. We get to some costings, commercials. The next phase then is a bit of a discovery call with myself. I can really understand sort of you, your business, your requirement, and then we build sort of your exact requirements from there. So it's one where sort of if we're going to have a chat about that in the next few sort of uh, days. Uh, then there's one more question is, can I build templates? Ben, I'll bounce over to you again.
Cool. Yeah. So you would have seen in the demo as well, within the quote section, there is a copy functionality. So if you do have like a sort of standard template that or a way of the quote that you'd want it to look, you can use that and copy it over and then maybe change the cruise within that copied quote or different elements or some of the branding in there or the price. So you can copy it. I know the team as well is working on an actual template button, which can be sort of locked down with user permissions as well. If you do have or plan to have many agents using the quote builder tool, you might want to have sort of admin level who controls how the quote templates look, and not give as much flexibility to staff to change what they want within the quote builder. So that is something that is coming very soon as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Cool. So that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you again for attending. We will send you all sort of the link, etc., to the recording, and then hopefully catch up with everyone individually over the next 1 or 2 weeks. So thank you all for attending. Thank you, Ben, as well. Really excited about Quote Builder here at Traveltek, and it really will help your businesses grow as we go into 2026. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.